And marker. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first episode of The Fourth Wall. Today we're going to be talking about Avengers: Age of Ultron. I got my Iron Man shirt on. Let's do this. I'm ready to go. Be careful though, this video contains huge spoilers for the movie, so if you haven't seen it, get your life together, go to the theater, then come back and watch this episode. Consider yourself warned. Let's dig into it, shall we? Avengers: Age of Ultron is one of the most anticipated films of 2015. After the blowout success of the first Avengers, Disney and audiences alike had high hopes for this new incarnation of Earth's mightiest heroes. So, did it live up to the hype? Well, worry no more, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you Avengers: Age of Ultron is awesome. First, I gotta say the pacing in this movie was way out of whack. The film moved forward so quickly that you didn't even have time to worry about whether or not what just happened even made sense. But who cares? That Hulkbuster fight was awesome! There was a lot of awesome stuff in this movie, so I'll try and keep it brief while covering as much as I can. There are two awesome long shots in this movie that perfectly showcased why we love the Avengers. The first one takes place not even 10 shots into the movie. The Avengers are attacking this Hydra base out in Russia or something. We get to see Captain America riding his motorcycle, whooping ass, Iron Man's flying around, blasting people with his hand art thingies, generally just blowing shit up. Thor's using his lightning to make a nice little Russian barbecue for everybody, and then Hulk, you guessed it, smashes a lot. Hawkeye and Black Widow were there too, but let's face it, we came to see the other guys, am I right? The second long shot of the movie comes all the way at the end where Ultron needs to put his hand on this machine in order to bring the city down on top of everybody. And you see Vision floating around just breaking shit in half. Thor's in the air just wailing on him with this hammer. Hulk's just like, bah! You know, he's smashing. Iron Man's just like, pew pew pew. Captain America's throwing his shield around, cutting him in half. Scarlet Witch is like, boosh, and they're just like, Hawkeye's like, pew. Black Widow's just pew 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 pew. And then we're treated to the awesome sight of Thor, Vision, and Iron Man just blasting the shit out of Ultron. You see his face is getting all melted and shitty, and he's just like, "Grr." Both of these bits perfectly showcase the whole reason we all went to the theater, which is the Avengers working as a team and straight up whooping ass. I can't go any further without talking about Ultron. Man, that guy was awesome! From James Spader's voice to the overall look of the character, everything about this guy rocked. I love the way Ultron came into existence. He was all confused and had no idea what was going on. It seems that's how an artificial intelligence who simply begun to exist would act, especially given the added power from Loki's staff. And this guy just got better and better as the movie went on. He started in this old, shitty, busted up body. He made himself a new body. Then he made himself another new body. And in the end, he was back into this old, shitty, busted up body. It was a nice arc for the character visually. I was also surprised at how funny Ultron was. He has all these moments where he's not only menacing but also hilarious. Every minute this guy was on screen was a win for me. One thing that seems to divide people is the relationship between Black Widow and Bruce Banner. I for one liked it. I think they make an awesome couple. From their little banter at the party up in Avengers Tower, all the way to the fact that Black Widow can actually calm the Hulk down and bring him back to Bruce Banner. I bought the fact that these characters would be attracted to each other even though it's nearly impossible for them to actually have a relationship. Plus the fact that neither of them could have kids just makes it kind of easier for both of them, right? By the way, the reveal from Black Widow that as a graduation present she was sterilized from her assassin school was pretty heartbreaking. I mean, she's had part of herself taken away that she can never get back, and she just hasn't felt whole since. I get that. Another thing that I really loved was the Vision. Out of everybody I've talked to, he's the crowd favorite. Everyone liked that guy. He even had the best part of the whole movie. You know the part when he picks up Thor's hammer? It's just like, here, you're gonna need this. And everybody's just like, what? By the way, I know this isn't a hammer. This is just the only thing that I could get at such short notice. So if you don't like it, deal with it. I love this scene in particular because it brings the scene from earlier where everyone was trying to lift Thor's hammer. It takes that full circle. It's just great how he lifts it like it's no big deal. Just like, here. And Thor's just like, alright, this guy's not bad. I mean, what else can I say about this guy? He's made out of vibranium, he's got an infinity stone in his forehead, and seems to have some sort of psychic power because of it. I mean, seriously, what's not to like? Back to what I was saying before, that Hulkbuster fight was awesome. This is exactly what a lot of people have been waiting for. There was so much to love about this scene. From Iron Man trying to talk Hulk down and failing miserably, to this little bit of Stark Tech just hanging around in the sky, supplying new pieces of the suit every time Hulk rips something off, all the way to the end where Iron Man picks the Hulk up and then takes him down through roughly 30 stories of solid concrete. That was sick. Who didn't like the part where he turned his hand into a jackhammer just wailing on the Hulk? Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep! Oh, nobody? Oh yeah, that's right. That was awesome. Man, I haven't even talked about the twins yet. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were a couple of Russian kids that were wronged by Tony Stark, or at least his company. And ever since, they've been on a quest for revenge. I gotta say, I wasn't as put off with these two as a lot of other people seem to be. Whether you can't get over their terrible accents, or the fact that they played husband and wife in Godzilla, weird. You gotta admit, their characters were at least fun to watch. Random tangent real quick. Who here thought Hawkeye was gonna die? I sure as hell did. They even went so far as to give him a secret wife with secret kids on a secret farmhouse in Secretville. As everybody knows, the better someone's life gets in a movie or TV show, the more likely they're gonna get the axe. You don't believe me? Watch Game of Thrones, you'll see. So later on in the movie, Hawkeye's trying to save this kid, right? And Ultron's flying around in this jet trying to shoot at them, right? So Hawkeye just grabs the kid, turns around, and accepts the fact that there's nothing he could do. They're gonna die. But out of nowhere, Quicksilver comes and saves the day. And while Hawkeye and the kid are okay, Quicksilver got lit up. And I really think this shows the difference between Age of Ultron Quicksilver and Days of Future Past Quicksilver. And it's about this time we learn that Quicksilver isn't nearly as fast as he is in the X-Men universe. They have this little bit where like he's running and someone fires a bullet and it like grazes his arm. In the X-Men Days of Future Past, they also had Quicksilver. And the way he was running, he essentially stopped time. He was running so fast. His bullets were just like... If it was Days of Future Past Quicksilver, he would have seen the bullet coming, ran over, punched the dude in the face, ran back, turned the bullet around, and flicked it back at him, all in like the matter of a microsecond. But hey, I guess Joss Whedon had to do something to distance his Quicksilver from the other one. But man, I gotta hand it to Joss Whedon because I thought Hawkeye was gonna die. He set it up so much in this movie that everybody in the theater gasped when they saw Quicksilver with all those bullets in him. Good job, Joss. You got me. By the way, I really like that final scene between Ultron and Vision. There's a lot of really good contrast here. Ultron's all shitty and busted up, where the Vision just looks like perfection. And Vision's line after Ultron calls him naive, he just was like, well, I was born yesterday. I really like that bit. Shows that Vision sort of has a sense of humor, and Ultron just can't handle it. So now we're at the end of the movie, and we've got a new Avengers lineup. It's gonna be Captain America, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, War Machine, Falcon, and the Vision. It's not as great of a team as we're used to, but hey, they got the Vision on their side, who's damn near indestructible, so that's great. And finally, the end credits with Thanos. He just walks in, the Infinity Gauntlet comes up, he just... I guess I'll have to do it myself. For those of you who don't know, the Infinity Gauntlet is what you take those Infinity Stones, you put those in the Infinity Gauntlet, essentially you're the most powerful being in the entire universe. But somebody pointed out that that was a left-handed gauntlet. We saw a gauntlet back in the first Thor movie in Odin's trophy room, but that gauntlet was for the right hand. So maybe there's two gauntlets out there. When it's all said and done, Avengers Age of Ultron was a hell of a lot of fun. It flew forward at a pace that may have been too quick at times, but there was plenty of story and even more action to make up for it. And that's why Avengers Age of Ultron gets a rating of 9 out of 10. Thank you everybody for watching the very first episode of The Fourth Wall. Next time you see me, we're going to be talking about Mad Max Fury Road. Until then, hit the subscribe button.